There's a lot of South Dakotans that we're hearing from that want to know, no matter what the decision is, or if the Supreme Court upholds the circuit court's decision, will you support another measure within the state, a bill within the state, to take all of the elements of Amendment A, which is legalizing recreational marijuana in South Dakota? Will you support that happening?
I think the voters should have a vote on a clean bill that isn't flawed. This bill was unconstitutional. My job as governor is to uphold the Constitution. That's the foundation of what gives me the authority to even do what I do here in South Dakota. So that's the basis on which Amendment A was challenged. Whatever the Supreme Court decides, we will take that into consideration going forward. And the voters should have the ability to have a vote on something that is constitutional, that they understand really is a law that would be valid and could be implemented without compromising the foundation of our state and our country.
Do you think South Dakota voters have already sent a clear message on how they feel about recreational marijuana?
I think they have, but I also believe that I've talked to many of them just in regards to IM 26, that they didn't necessarily know all the details. They didn't read all 95 sections of laws that they were voting on. They didn't realize that somebody could get certified to grow medical marijuana and could go plant 5,000 acres to it and grow it. They didn't realize that kids might be allowed under the law to be a third grader in school smoking marijuana in their classroom during math class. That's the kind of consequences that were allowed under IM 26 that I think a lot of voters didn't realize. And so that's why I believe that when we have that discussion, have a vote on the ballot, that it should be something that's constitutional. It should be something that the voters are fully informed on all the details of that law, because there are consequences for how these laws get signed into place and also how they interact with our other state laws that are already on the books.
On the topic of Amendment A, taxpayers are paying to fight a measure that they approved. What do you say to the people that does not sit well with?
Well, I would just tell them that is my job. That when they voted for me to be governor, that I told them, I held my right hand up and took an oath and pledged to uphold the Constitution of the state. I pledged to uphold the Constitution of the country. So I know they're probably frustrated with that, and I understand that. But I also kept my word. I tell people all the time, I've run in a lot of elections, and I tell people very clearly who I am, what I believe, and what I'm going to do. And I will do that. And then if they disagree with actions that I've taken, that's what elections are for, and I'd always be humbled to have their support. But I take my job very seriously, and I think people appreciate that in this state. I think over the last year and a half, they've appreciated the fact that I know my job and I don't overstep it, and I don't overstep my authority. I give them all the information that I have and share it with them, and also understand what their job is to be personal responsibility for their families, but also what my job is. And overwhelmingly, I think in the state, people have appreciated that approach.
Do we know right now how much the lawsuit against the voter-approved Amendment A is costing South Dakota?
We are very transparent in the costs, and people will always be fully informed on the costs of it. And we will continue to keep that out there whenever the Supreme Court comes forward with their decision. The cost to the taxpayers will be fully revealed to everybody so that they certainly will know.